Baby, the way these people worked my last nerve in this episode, y'all just might get a custom song in this review. I don't know. Let's talk about it.
Roxy says we're gonna talk about it.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Roxy with Roxy Says, and we're going to talk about it. Today, we are reviewing Love is Blind Season 8, Episode 11. Child, these people pissed me off, and I'm sure they pissed y'all off too. They've been pissing us off all season, all right? So let's get right into this review. But before we do, please don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you are made aware every time I post a new video. We are almost at 35,000 subscribers. That is crazy to even say. Thank you all so much. I appreciate all of the love, the comments, the likes, y'all hitting subscribe, notifications. Thank you so much, y'all. All right, so let's get into this review. So we start off episode 11 with Dave telling Lauren how confident he was in their marriage until he got his phone back, and he says that he started receiving millions of text messages from people asking him, yo, why are you with her? Why are you with this girl? Millions? Okay. He says his family and his friends know, and he thinks that she wasn't going to tell him. And Lauren reiterates that there was nothing to tell or to close off. It was just a hookup situation. It ended a week before the experiment started. And Dave says that his friends would never lie to him. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. And with all of this, Lauren is still asking Dave, well, what more can I do? What else do you need to know? What else can I say to make you trust what I'm telling you? And at this point, I'm annoyed with Lauren too, because girl, why are you still fighting for this man who is finding every single reason to not be with you? What are we doing? Then Dave brings up another issue. He says that he does not like the fact that Lauren's dad even thinks that she's ready for engagement. Why? Because she was messing with someone before coming here. It's almost as if Dave wants to tell Lauren's dad, do you know she's not a virgin? Do you know that your daughter is not clean? Boy, if you don't get out of here, I'm so sick of Dave, okay? Lauren finally tells Dave that this isn't something that he's going to be able to get over. He clearly needs to work on it, and he isn't ready to be a team player because this is such a minuscule issue that he is making into a big deal. And baby, that pissed Dave off because he was like, you have no right to even say that about me. You have no right. And on top of that, your dad was talking shit about my family not wanting to be involved. So what the was that about? I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa, Dave. And then he continues, did he even consider that maybe my friends and family can't be there because they're imaginary? Did he think about it? Dave didn't say that, okay? But I am still under the impression that his friends and family might only live in his head. Okay, we're going to have to wait and see. But wait, he's not done yet. Then he says, if I really wanted my family here to meet you, then they would be here. I said, excuse me? That is rude. And Lauren is still sitting there. Anyway, he pretty much ends up dumping her, and he puts all of it on who? His friends and his sister. Dave, you can't even man up and dump her on your own. You have to scapegoat other people. Then we see him in his confessional, and he's saying that he feels horrible for letting her down and not being able to get over his ego and his pride, even though her seeing another guy before him is very normal. These are Dave's words. He said her seeing another guy before coming here is very normal. So you know that it's completely normal, but every day you badgered this woman about it? What kind of weird mind game is that? Like, what is that? Dave is so insecure that he had to make Lauren feel like shit about something that he considers to be completely normal. Think about that. He's sick, okay? And then he has the nerve to claim that he loves her. Let me tell you who Dave is. Dave is one of those guys who will smash the wedding cake in his bride's face and rub it all over her face and rub it all through her hair and then say, oh, what? It's a joke. Yeah, that's Dave, okay? But in his confessional, he continues to say that he knows that he made the right decision. Okay, whatever. Then we see in Lauren's confessional, she's saying that she wrote a long letter for Dave's sister explaining that she's a good person and telling her about the situation and hoping that she would meet her one day. Lauren, if you don't get out of here, seriously, because Next. Okay, so it's time for the group meeting, and we see the guys, they're talking about Dave and how they prepared and had no problem tuning out outside opinions unlike he was able to do. We see the ladies, they're talking about changing their last names, and they're so excited. And I'm like, y'all better hope that the SAVE Act doesn't get passed. That's all I'm going to say on that. All right. So we see Lauren. She's showing up, and Ben makes a joke about her not coming with Dave, and they got to tell him like, "Hey Ben, it's too soon. It's too soon. They just broke up." And he's like, "Oh, okay, my bad." But Lauren tells them that he questioned their relationship every single day, and he still wanted to answer to his friends, and she hasn't heard from him since the breakup. Okay, so then we see Molly. She shows up and she has a chat with Lauren, thanking her for being so kind in the pods with the way that she handled the whole Dave situation. Okay, so Molly starts telling Lauren about the night that she saw Dave out at the bar. Remember the night that he stayed out till 3 a.m. and he claims that his phone died? Yeah, that night. Okay, and Molly says that she heard that there was a girl all over Dave. Okay, but she says that she didn't see it. She didn't see it with her own eyes. She's just relaying the message that was told to her. But she wasn't sure if she should come to Lauren about it because, one, she didn't see it for herself, and she also didn't want to come off as bitter and jealous, which is totally understandable, especially seeing how Molly gets down. Now we know that she's definitely a girl's girl, okay? So Lauren tells Molly that they broke up, and I'm like, he broke up with you, okay? Which he shouldn't have been able to. You should have dumped his ass, but clearly you weren't going to do it, so he did it, okay? But Molly is completely shocked, and Lauren tells Molly the story, and Molly is like, okay, so was he like celibate for years or what? And I'm like, exactly, Molly. Exactly. And apparently he claimed that he was celibate until the day that he came into the pods. And I was like, I had to rewind that a couple times. I'm like, Lauren, are you telling that story correctly? Because then that would mean that the day that he came to the pods, he slept with someone. I don't know who he slept with, but that's what that would mean. So I don't know what she meant by that. Maybe she misspoke. All right. So they start cracking up at the thought of Dave being a virgin. And I don't know if this man is a virgin or not, but like I said in a previous review, Dave does come off as very insecure with what he's putting down. Okay. And I'm going to take it a little bit further. Okay. With the way that Dave acts, he definitely seems like the type of guy who prefers to date much younger women because there's a higher chance that that woman is less experienced and doesn't have much of anyone to compare him to, okay? So she won't know if he's trash or not. And I feel like that's another reason why he was negging the women. He is insecure with himself, all right? So Molly tells Lauren that Dave should have had her back, and the fact that he didn't do that for her says a lot, which it does. I am absolutely loving Molly in this episode, and I said it in my last review. If Dave had ended up with Molly or Madison and he came at them the way that he's been coming at Lauren, they would have cursed him out very easily and very quickly. They would not have went through this back and forth with Dave. Oh, my friends say this. Oh, but my other friend says this and my sister says this. They would have been out of there with the quickness, okay? But I do love that Molly was there to give Lauren that support and that advice that she clearly needed. And she tells Lauren that she's going to be there for her. And don't worry, because Dave, he wasn't all that anyway, okay? And then Molly starts going in on the selfies on Dave's Instagram. She says when she got home and she saw them, she was like, you know what? I'm good on him. I'm good. All right. Lauren does need a friend like Molly who's going to knock some sense into her every now and then. And I do hope that they become lifelong friends. I love when on these shows, even if they don't get the girl or they don't get the guy, they leave with a friend. And honestly, y'all can bond on the fact that y'all both dodged a bullet. Okay. Y'all both dodged a bullet. Good for you. So next we see the ladies. They're chatting it up some more. And Sarah says that child, her and Ben, they done broke the bed. And she was like, I broke it by sitting on something. And I was like, now, Sarah, I can understand, okay? Because Sarah is free. But Ben engaging in premarital sex? Ben fornicating? The Ben who be in church every Sunday? Okay, Ben, I got it. I am shocked and appalled. All right. So next we see Britt, and she's telling Devin that he looks like a little kid. I said Britt. I said Britt. That was hilarious to me. But she also tells him that she didn't like his reaction to her secret. And then she says, well, it's not really a secret. But she felt like the way that he responded was a bit immature. And it wasn't a big deal to her because everyone is a little gay. And I do like that Devin was able to laugh at that joke and he took it in stride. But she does say that she wishes that he was more supportive. Britt, he couldn't have been more supportive because he doesn't know what the word monogamy means. Okay, so he didn't even understand what you were telling him. He really didn't. Okay, he didn't know what you were saying. But they both agree that everything worked out in the way that it was supposed to. They speak on the relationship with Virginia, and Britt is still bigging Virginia up, saying how amazing she thinks that she is for Devin. And Devin describes their relationship as very easy, still very easy. She's so easy to talk to. And I'm like, yeah, she's easy to speak to. until it's time to talk about prenups and politics, right? Yeah, okay. Next, we see Dave, okay? He walks in and he tells the guys about the breakup, and he says that he was trying to make it seem like it wasn't his decision, but at the end of the day, it was. And I do believe that Dave was hoping that Lauren would just dump him. I honestly think that's what he was hoping for. And that's why he kept pushing this completely normal issue and making it a big deal and shaming her for it. Okay. And when he realized that she wasn't going to break up with him, he was like, okay, I'm going to just blame my sister and my friends and Lauren's dad. Let's add him to the list too while we're at it. So as they're talking, Madison walks in with her pink hair. Okay. And when the guys tell Dave who she is, Dave was like, oh, damn, that's Madison. Okay. Okay. Then we see Meg and Mason. Those two walk in holding hands, and we see Mason tell the guys that they're hanging out and it's been going very well. Honestly, I feel like the people who do it this way, right, they get the sweeter end of the deal because then they get to go about their relationship off camera and then they get to do it on their own terms. You know what I'm saying? So Meg and Mason, they say that as soon as they got their phones back, they were searching for each other on Instagram and all other social media. And Mason has said that he wanted to apologize for how things ended, and they met up and she wore her reveal dress and it was such a cute moment. But for now, they're friends and they're taking it slow, okay? And as they're speaking, we see Madison. She's in the corner sipping her drink and she's looking. And as soon as I saw Madison sipping that drink, I was like, you know what y'all not about to do? Y'all are not about to drag us back into this love triangle that had us in the pods for 97 episodes. We're not about to do it. Not today. Not today, okay? But in Madison's confessional, she says that she's actually happy that things didn't work out with Mason because the way that he acted now makes him an ick for her, all right? And I guess the fact that Mason hit Meg up instead of Madison, well, as far as we know, it gives Meg some solace in the sense that he genuinely did want to be with her over Madison. I don't know, whatever. Then we see Alex. He comes in and Ben is telling him who the ladies are because he's never seen them before. And then Ben is like, you see that one? That's Madison. And I said, Benjamin, your fiance is right there, sir. What are you doing lusting over Madison? No, sir. So Madison is telling Lauren that Alex messaged her when he got his phone back. And when he saw her, he was trying to meet up with her. And he was like, oh my God, can I just get a hug? And I said, ew. That alone, can I get a hug? Those can I get a hug dudes? Okay, that alone has me thinking that those rumors that have been going around about Alex are true. I don't know, but baby, the evidence is evidencing. Okay, it really is. So Madison says that when they met, he was like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And she says that they still chat on the phone. But apparently Alex told Madison that Meg had messaged him, right? Meg was in his DMs before she even knew if he was engaged to Madison or not. And I was like, oh, okay. So that makes sense as to why Madison was in the corner looking at them all sideways. Because Meg, that's not cool. Not at all. Anyway, Madison says that Alex is a huge liar and he was being fake about Mason the whole time because when she asked him about Mason, he was like, man, Mason. I was like, whoa. Is that how you feel? Because in the pods, you were the first one running to him to give him a hug and to comfort him every 5 minutes. And we saw it here as well. As soon as they ran into each other, Alex was like, oh, hey, bro, how you doing? Nice to see you. How you been? Fake as hell. All right. So next we see Molly and Dave. They're finally meeting and they're having a conversation. And she tells him that she's really sorry about him and Lauren breaking up. And he goes right into, it was so much that was happening when we got back. And usually I'm the one who F's up and I'm the one who does something stupid. And Molly was like, hold on. Are you implying that Lauren effed up? Is that what you're trying to do? And I said, yes, Molly, clock it, because that's exactly what he's trying to do. But she tells him that he clearly didn't give the relationship a chance and he pushed her away so that she would end things, which is something that Dave told Molly that he does when they were still dating in the pods. But Dave says that he doesn't see it that way, and he claims that he did defend Lauren to his friends and his sister. Dave, that is a damn lie, and you know it. Based on the conversations that you had with Lauren, I highly doubt that you were defending her when she wasn't in your presence, because you were dogging her when she was in your face. So there's no way that she wasn't there and you were standing up for her. That doesn't even make sense. So Dave says, okay, well, if it was reversed, right? And if it was you and me, and Molly was like, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't give a damn. And I'm like, exactly, Molly, because we're grown, we're adults. And then when she starts asking him when was the last time that he had sex, Dave is like, Bueller. I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a while. And she's like, okay, that's fine. But I'm like, okay, so that's why you're upset. Because you're like, how can she sleep with this other guy and she won't sleep with me? And I haven't had sex in God knows how long. That's why you're really upset, Dave, honestly. And Molly says, okay, so then why do you care? Why is it such a big deal to you? And this man begins his sentence with, my sister. My sister. Dave, can you justify any of your behavior without blaming your sister? Is it possible? I'm just curious. And this man really says that his sister allowed him to come on the show, but told him that he can't find a wife on this show. Hold on a second. So you came on this show fully knowing that you weren't genuinely looking for a wife because your sister told you that you can't get engaged? So you were just wasting these people's time, like I had said from the very first episode, from my very first review, because you told them that the reason why you came here was because you were an a-hole and now you don't want to be as superficial as you used to be. So you came here to play in everyone's face and waste everyone's time. So essentially, you were here for clout too. Meanwhile, your sister is so worried about someone only coming on here for TV, but you just admitted that you came here knowing damn well that you had no intentions on actually looking for or finding a wife. Boy, bye. And then Molly, she's talking Lauren up about how genuine she is. And she's asking Dave why he didn't defend her. And he's like, it's not that easy. It's just not that easy. You don't understand. It's not that easy. So Molly leaves the conversation because she's like, you know what? If you wanted to make it happen, you would have made it happen. And I said, exactly, Molly. He doesn't. Then we see him in his confessional and he's like, you know, I wish that I could just go to Lauren and hold her, you know, and talk to her and tell her how much I care about her. And, you know, I told my sister that we broke up and she sent me an emoji with a tear. And she said she'll be here for me if I need her. I said, boy, if you don't shut your ass up, if you don't shut it up. So then we see him go over to Lauren, and the fact that Lauren even entertained him pissed me off. I'm like, girl, why are you even talking to this man? Why, Lauren? Why? And he's just like, you know, it's not you, it's me. I'm just so sick of defending you to my friends and my family, but I don't care about any of that anymore. It was my ego and that got in the way, and I'm sorry, and I wanted to text you. And Lauren is like, yeah, but you didn't though. But you didn't. And as soon as she says that, immediately he drops the act and he's like, well, you didn't text me either. You didn't text me either. Yeah, fool, because you dumped her. I wanted to snatch her up out of that conversation because why are you entertaining this dude? Why? And then she starts crying and she's like, you know, I've been trying. I've been giving this relationship 150%. You never validated me. You thought that I was lying, okay? Why would I reach out to you? And Dave is like, you don't have to. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Boy, but you just told her, oh, you didn't hit me up. So what are you even talking about? And then he's like, this is what love is. This is real. You know, this is what happens. In case anyone was wondering, this is not what love is. This is not what love is at all, okay? But Lauren says that she can't believe what he's saying right now, and they're way past getting back together or figuring anything out. And I'm like, yeah, girl, y'all have been past that, okay? But I don't know, because in this conversation, she was doing a lot of smiling, okay? She kept looking at him in the face, and he's smiling back at her. So I don't know if I have much faith in her standing strong in regards to Dave. I don't know. And Lauren, you better not do it, because as soon as he's done, he's going to dump you again, and he's going to blame it on his sister and his friends. And I honestly loved the song that they played at the closing of this scene. It was perfect, okay?
I call my sister and I ask her, what should I wear today? I call my sister and I ask her, can I go out and play? I call my sister and I let her decide my whole life. I call my sister and I ask her, who should I make a wife? Yeah, my sister and my friends, my sister and my friends, my sister and my friends. Yeah, they live in my head. My sister and my friends, my sister and my friends, my sister and my friends. Yeah, they live in my head. Ow!
Ow! My sister and my friends, they live in his head, okay? Wasn't that the perfect song for this scene? It sure was, okay? I love it. So the weddings are 9 days away, and we see Sarah at church with Ben. Girl, why are you in these people's church? Why are you at church? And she obviously does not want to be there. It's written all over her face. And in her confessional, she says that she doesn't know if that particular church is accepting of anyone, and she says that she can't relate to it, but she would definitely come back again for Ben. And I think I understand it now. I think I understand it. Do you you know who Sarah is? Sarah is your home girl, okay? She's your home girl who shape shifts into whoever her boyfriend is at that time, okay? If he thinks it's cool for his girlfriend to dress like this, Sarah's gonna dress like this, okay? If he believes in that, Sarah is going to conform her beliefs and contort herself to assimilate to those beliefs. That's how she is. It's like she's a little tumbleweed that's just rolling around until she finds something to attach herself to. And when she finds that thing, she'll pretend for some time like she's trying to stay strong in whatever her beliefs are or whatever she claims those beliefs are. But with very little difficulty, whatever guy she's with is going to be able to mold her into whatever he wants her to be. Okay, that is Sarah in a nutshell as far as I'm concerned. So next we see Devin and Virginia, and they're preparing for their first dance at their reception. Hopefully there is no reception, no shade, okay? And then we see Taylor and Daniel, and they're preparing for his Christmas card photo shoot, and he's so excited that she's a part of it because he always has done it by himself. And he says that he usually starts planning this 9 months ahead. I said, whoa. I said, whoa, sir. But the pics, they come out very cute. And I know that Monica's sister is absolutely pissed that they did not hire her for this gig, all right? So now it is time for the wedding dress and tux fitting, all right? And you know how we do it over here. We never really care about the tuxes, so we gonna we gonna just brush past that, all right? So we see Sarah. She looks great in her dress. I liked all the dresses, honestly. I tried to get some good pictures for y'all, but they kept doing a lot of panning, so I couldn't get a picture of the full dress for everyone. Sorry about that. So Sarah looks absolutely great in her dress, and her sister gives her blessing, and she says that she trusts that Sarah is able to make smart decisions for herself. We see Monica looking great in her dress, and there was a huge slit on the side, and I liked it. I really did. We see Taylor. She comes out in a dress, and I thought she looked so nice in the dress, and you can tell how much she loved the dress. But her mom was like, maybe too much of the girls is showing, And Taylor immediately, she was like, okay, yeah, you're right. I'll try on the other dress. And I absolutely hated that for Taylor because she looked so happy in that dress. It gave me flashbacks of Say Yes to the Dress. Y'all used to watch Say Yes to the Dress, right? When there would always be someone just in the back hating. Yeah, that's Taylor's mom, okay? Remember I told y'all that Taylor is going to have to establish some boundaries with that mother of hers, okay? She really is. So anyway, we see that her mom was happy with the second dress, so that's the one that she picked. She was not as happy in the second dress as she was in the first. The picture that I have here is of the first dress, and the second dress, it like covered more of her cleavage. But she was not as happy in that second dress, okay? She wasn't. So we see Virginia. She comes out looking like a little glittery Cinderella fairy, and she gets emotional because she says that she is so thankful to have met Devin because he is such a good guy. And her mom comes over and she tells her that she will always be there for her, and she asks her, okay? She asks Virginia if this is her dress, and Virginia says, yes, this is my dress. You see, Mama Tay? You see? Take notes. That's how it's supposed to go, okay? Ciao. So the weddings are in 6 days, and we see Devin and Virginia. They're making small talk before she finally spits it out, and she says that she printed out the prenuptial agreement. And she's like, here you go. You can take a look. And he's like, yeah, okay, I'll take a look, but I want to read through it by myself for a little bit. As he should. Protect your basketballs, your sneakers, and your medical debt, okay? Take your time and look through it. And Virginia jokes, and she says, you afraid that I'm going to take all your money? Virginia is hilarious because she keeps framing this prenup in a way as if she's trying to protect Devin, but she's really trying to protect herself as she should, okay? So she tells him it's about property, debt, alimony in case of a divorce. And his hands and his voice are visibly shaking at this point. Shaking. And production, y'all messy because y'all kept zooming in on his hands knowing that that paper was shaking like that, okay? And then he spits out the same crap that his sister says. If we're going to be together forever, if we love each other, then why do we need a prenup? And Virginia says, this is the business part of it. Okay, now, don't let me get the preaching. Okay, that's not what I'm here for. However, marriage is a business. It's always been a business. However, they had to sell us on the love part. They had to sell us, let's be real, women. They had to sell women on the love part so that a lot of women overlook the business part and the financial security part, which is what marriage has always been about. But if they didn't have us focusing on the love part, which is necessary, don't get me wrong, but if they didn't put the focus of marriage on love, a lot of people wouldn't be married. Okay, I'm going to just leave it at that. And Virginia says that this is the logical thing to do. It is not an emotional decision for her. This is the logical decision for her. And Devin is like, well, what about my family? You know, what if my family wants to know? Oh, you mean your sister? You mean your sister, Devin, who wants to have a say in protecting money that she had no business earning? Tell her to mind her business, okay? Tell her to mind her business. The way that I would have told Devin to let them know that he is building a multi-billion-dollar basketball empire and he should want to protect it as well, unless his family already knows that he don't have no damn basketball business and he only mentioned that in the pods and he never mentioned it ever again. Maybe they know something that we don't. And I love that Virginia is standing firm on it and she lets him know that he can make adjustments to it if he would like, but you're going to have to sign it for us to get married, okay? But he says that he wants to make sure that he has his parents and or a lawyer look over it, as he should. Now, a couple people were in my comments in my previous review talking about this conversation, so thank you for spoiling it for me. Thank you so much. Thank you. But some people were acting as if Devin was supposed to just sign the paper right there. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And I'm not even a fan of Devin. Like I said before, I don't think he's very transparent. I don't think that him and Virginia should get married. I don't think that would be a smart decision for her. But he has every right to take that legally binding document to a lawyer to get it checked over. I don't know who would just take a piece of paper that someone they met 10 days ago hands over to them and sign it. And I don't think that Virginia should be offended at all by him wanting to take it to a lawyer. Because, baby, if I was Virginia and he took that piece of paper from me and he was like, hey, where the pen at? And he just signed it, I wouldn't even marry him because that means that he is an idiot. That's what that would mean. That means that he is a man who's not about his business. He's just signing papers willy-nilly. He has nothing to lose. He has no care about anything. No, not at all, okay? So yes, Devin, run along to your mommy and your lawyer and get that paper reviewed. And as for me, I will be reviewing episode 12 when the next drop of episodes come out, okay? Tell me all of your thoughts about this episode. Tell me all of your predictions. At this point, if you want to spoil it, you could spoil it because I'm a little behind, so I don't mind. Make sure before you leave, you hit like, comment, and subscribe. We are almost at 35,000 subscribers. Please help me get there, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye!
Roxy says we're gonna talk about